Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I'm going to teach you how to do a health system, how to deal damage to the player, and how to create a heads up display for your health bar. Okay, so let's begin. For this tutorial you're just going to need a blank character, nothing in the event graph but the normal script and all that stuff. This is just some trash that I have left here. Okay. So for this tutorial we are going to need a variable which is basically going to be our health. So let's start. We need to create a variable. I'll call this health. I'll set this to an integer, but actually I suggest using floats, having in mind that the progress bar in Unreal Engine uses float values, so that is going to help us here. Now we are going to need to give our health a value, right? So let's see, 100 is usually the default value of your health in kinda every game, but of course there are boosters and all that stuff that you can use to bring up your health. Maybe I'll do that in a tutorial as well. Okay, so at this point we are just going to have our health here, but of course even if you get to 0 health there's nothing going to happen, and even if you want to get to 0 health we can't because there's no damage in this project. So let's see how we can do this. First we need to get an event tick. From here we need to get our health. You can drag your variable and go on get health, or you can press Ctrl and drag it for an instant get. Okay, then we need to do a branch. Plug the event into the branch. Get from the float less than or equal to. Get 0. If this is true, destroy character. Here a good move would be to create a widget that is going to have like some animations or some text. Let's say you died and all that stuff, but we don't need this for this tutorial. And there's nothing that you need to do on false because we are not going to work with that, but you can do some variables or some print string to tell the player that he is full health or whatever. Okay, so now if we are going to get 0 health, which is never going to happen, we are going to die. So let's see, if I set our health to 0, our character should not spawn. As you can see, here is an error, our character is not going to be spawned and we are going to die immediately. Okay, so let me change this back to 100, and now let's see how we can deal damage to the player. Go into the content browser, create a blueprint class, get an actor, and call this damage volume. Okay, then from here we need to get a box, or you can get whatever you want, but I like boxes. Then get a cube, so we know where the box is going to be at. So what the box is going to do is going to let the engine know that our player entered this box, so let's do damage to the character. And the cube is only here so we can see where the box is at. Or I think you can even go to the box and uncheck the hidden in-game. So let's see if this is going to show up. Okay, so as you can see there's a thin red line, red box around the cube. Okay, but at this point if we enter the box there's nothing going to happen, so we need to set this up. Let's go on component begin overplay, go to the event graph, and the other component we need to get actually other actor, not component. Get here cast to first person character or your character. So what this is going to do is so the box is going to do damage only if the thing that's going to be inside the box is going to be the character. Okay, so you can use some tags from the other director. You just get tags, okay, and tags equal to and all this stuff, but it's a little bit more complicated like that. Then from get first person character, get from there get health. Then make a float minus float. Or actually, what we can do, unplug this from here, we'll use this later. Create a variable, let's say is in volume. Get a set and make this true. Get from the box an on component and overlap. Cast to this again, plug the other component in the object, get the is in volume set and uncheck this. Okay, so now we can get from event tick, we can get a print string. So now we know if we are in the volume or not. So we need to do a branch here. Okay, so you can just press B and click, or you can search for branch. And I'll do a sequence as well, so we can do multiple things at once. Plug the then 0 into the branch, get the is in volume, plug this into the condition. So if we are going to be overlapping with the box, we are going to be in the volume. If we are not going to be in the box, we are not going to overlap with the volume. Okay, so from true, print a string. Okay, make this 0, so we won't get spam from there. And let's say is in volume. And from here, print a string, not in volume. Okay. Then, what we need to do is do a branch again. If is in volume, we need to get from true, cast to first person character. Let me put this a little bit further away from this and make this look nice. From the object, get character, get player character, get health. Actually, we can just plug this in here. From the target, we go to us first person character. Then we need to set the health. Plug this in here, and let's say 20. So we are going to, so here, if there's anything going to be in the box, and if it is going to be our character, it's going to set the is in volume to true. If something is leaving the box and it is the first person character, then it's going to set it false. Then every tick we are going to check if we are in the box or not. And if we are in the box, we are going to print a string is in volume. If we are not in the box, we are going to print a string as well, but saying that we are not in the volume. Then again a branch. You can even get this and plug them here to true as well and false. Okay. Then if we are in volume again, with the branch, cast to the first person character, get a health, do a difference. So for every frame that we are going to be in the volume, it is going to take 20 from our health, but this is way too fast, so I will just add a delay. So here, delay, and let's say 0.5 seconds. Now let's check if this is working. Okay, so as I said, if you are not going to set the duration to 0, we are going to get a spam just like that. So this is why I like to set it to 0. Okay, and now it should be just good. Now we're in the volume and soon we should die. As you can see now, I can't move anything. That is because we are bad. The engine destroyed our character and there's no input to be done here. Okay, but now, as I said, I want to go over heads up display as well, which is pretty simple using a progress bar and some bindings. So let's go to the content browser, user interface, get a widget blueprint, and call these, let's say, HUD, which is going to be heads up display. From here, from the palette, get an progress bar, drag this into your widget, make this be in the middle if you want it, or maybe in the corners. Make this a little bit bigger so we can get a better idea of what is our health. Okay, so if you want a better movement, just uncheck this, enable or disable snapping to the grid when dragging objects around. Okay, and try to make this as perfect as you can. Now, if we are going to change the progress, you can see that this is going to fill. I like it to be fill from center, but it's going to cause a little error. So I'm going to leave it from left to right. Okay. So now we need to get into our first person character, event begin play. Okay. And from here create widget. Get in the class here your HUD and add to viewport. So what this part is going to add the widget to your viewport so you can see the actual widget. So now if you go here, as you can see, we can see our widget down there with the same percentage which was in the widget. So now let's get into the binding, create a binding, and now here we need to cast to the first person character, get player character, as first person character get health, and the progress bar uses float values from 0 to 1. So that's why here we need to divide this with a float divided by float, and we need to divide this by 100. That is because our health is 100. If this would be, let's say, 1000, we will need to divide that by 1000. If it would be 150, divide that by 150. So when this is at its peak, it is going to be 1, so the bar is going to be full. So let's see now. This is working good. Yeah, as you can see, it is working just good. The bar is it's not going to be filled now. Its percent is going to be 0, so the actor is getting destroyed. So yeah, this is pretty much all for this tutorial. There are going to come some other tutorials on health systems and some other tutorials as well these days, maybe tomorrow one as well. So yeah, thank you for watching guys. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you learned something new, and until next time, goodbye.